think that when Western science doesn't understand what they can't see, touch, hear, feel, or sense themselves, then it's not science or it's not valid knowledge.
I think some of the other big issues is like sometimes people, when engaging with indigenous communities, are doing it for the wrong reason. Like, obviously, when you're in academia, you need to publish, there's deadlines for certain types of things. But I think sometimes people try to work too quickly and miss the relationality and the relationship building aspects. And I think I've seen that cause some tension and issues with indigenous communities here in Massachusetts. And also having to address like not putting the burden on tribal communities because there's only one tribal office and like there's differences in like how many people are working in certain offices, responding to emails, doing these different things. So if they're receiving a bunch of different emails and calls for interviews and research projects and different things, and they just don't have the bandwidth to engage with it all, it gets really hard and overwhelming. So sometimes people get discouraged, upset because they're just not getting the communication back when they want to. And so there's just had to be a lot of establishment of understanding like how to connect with folks in these tribal governments in the communities and understanding that like some of these research projects and processes are just going to take a longer period of time and you can't rush it because you can't rush relationship building, which is essential to being able to do good work. So
Indigenous knowledge systems incorporate that level of empathy and spirituality and elusiveness that Western science doesn't. And I think Western science is very masculine. It looks at the numbers, it's strategic, it's logic, it's math, it's quantitative, it's just direct, straight to the point, cutthroat. And then Indigenous knowledge systems are feminine in that they incorporate the emotional, the spiritual, the elusive, creative knowledge, and there is masculine there. So like, but I think one is more masculine. Western science is more masculine than Indigenous. I think Indigenous science has a good balance in it where it views the masculine and the feminine as working together cohesively, collectively. Whereas Western science is based on patriarchal value systems.
um there's so many different conceptions of land. There are the indigenous conceptions of land, both in my own community, across this continent, in different spaces. And there's this hegemonic conception of land from the Western settler colonial system,